Crave Indie and welcome back to my channel. I have another story time for you guys. I know it's been like a while since I did one. I've just been doing so many other things. I'm getting ready to move and I've just been busy. But I'm back, I'm ready, and I am in control. I just got back from service like a little bit ago. Service was so good today. Church was just amazing. Love Bishop and Pastor. But enough of that. So this story time, I'm gonna tell you guys about the time me and my sister got in trouble. Mind y'all, I am recording my video in her bedroom. Love it here. Shout out to my sissy. Miss you, babe. But yeah, I stayed the night at my mom's house last night. So now I don't sleep in her bed. I slept in my sister's bed maybe 2 times, or once. I slept in it one time after she died, and then I just like laid in it a few times. But I don't sleep in my sister's bed. Every time I come and spend the night, I stay in my mom's room. But anywho, okay, let's get to the story. So this is about the time me and my sister got in trouble because we walked across the town, across the city. Like, I don't know. And that's not why we got in trouble, but it factored in. Whatever. Okay, so let's take it back to how this even started. So this all started when I was going to Lehman. I was in the 8th grade and I was dating this boy. He doesn't need a name, but I was dating him at the time. And you guys know when you're young, you just think every relationship is going to be your last relationship. That's what I thought. I thought me and this man, we were gonna fall in love, X, Y, and Z. Not even man, he was a boy. But I thought it was just gonna be peaches and cream. No. So at the time I had a best friend, and we had been best friends for like a year, but she was my best friend, and it was this white girl. I don't care about saying her name. I haven't seen her since then, but her name was Rebecca, and she stole my man. And I honestly don't even know how she did it, because I'm just playing, but clearly that's what he liked. So they started being together, and how my school was, it was like a circle. So like if you're in the 7th grade, 8th grade, you just only with your peers. You don't see the other grades. And our school was kindergarten to 8th grade. We don't see our other peers unless maybe we're like at the end of school, beginning of school, or something like that. Other than that, we don't see them. So imagine your boyfriend breaks up with you. You were in the same class with him. Because the way we had it at my school, it was A side, B side. Me and my boyfriend were on the B side. My best friend Rebecca was on the A side. So I'm seeing him every day, and we got the same classes every class. I'm like, I can't do this. I'm weak. So I go home and I tell my mom, I forgot exactly what I told her to make her want to let me switch or whatever. I don't know. Because, I don't know. Mind y'all, when I started that school, this was still like the beginning of the school year. I came from Pennsylvania. Like, I started school in Pennsylvania. I was with my dad, and I was like, I don't really like this. Let me go back with my mom. Went back with my mom, started back at Lehman. Okay. So, yeah. So, I convinced my mom to let me switch schools. So, she switched me to Crenshaw. Now, I'm so happy, honestly. I'm happy I switched to Crenshaw. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I can't name a friend that went to Lehman with me that was, oh yes I can, Chanso. I love my Chansey. But I met him at Lehman, and we still cool to this day. But other than him, all of my other friends that I still, you know, chit chat with till today, they came from Crenshaw or Washington, you know, when I was in high school. But they came from Crenshaw, so I really am happy that my mom switched me schools. So alright, let's get to the story. Let's name the guy first. We're gonna name him Clown, because he's a clown. If you ever see this and you ever hear what I'm talking about, you know I'm talking about you, you're a clown. But okay, so, and I only say that, I'm not being mean, I only say that because to this day, he has not matured at all. Like, last year, the year before, like, he had said something so smart to me, and I was just like, how old are you? Grow up. Because we were on Facebook, and he said something stupid that I didn't agree with because I'm not a yes ma'am. And he was like, oh, I liked you better when your butt was fatter. Because he was like, you skinny B or whatever. He's like, I like you better when your bow was better. Because y'all, I used to be thicker. But you know, whatever, I don't know. And he said that, and I'm just like, so I made a post. I know, petty. I made a post talking my ish or whatever. And of course, they was on my side because how old are we? Have you not matured since I last seen you? And he has a kid. Anywho, that's too much. Okay, so me and Clown had one class together, but we really started kicking it off on the bus because we rode the same bus home, but like we didn't live on the same side of town. So like he'll get off before me because he lived by the school, and then I'll get off like 10-15 minutes later. And y'all know 10-15 minutes driving is like what, 40 minutes walking, depending on where you are, for real. So, you know, we're chit-chatting, we're together, mind y'all. We just really text a lot or seen each other at school. It was like a fake kid relationship. Like, I'm sure everyone has been in one of those before where, like, y'all didn't see each other out of school, but y'all seen each other in school and y'all claimed each other. Okay. And the whole school knew y'all dated too. Mind y'all, he did some F-ish to me, okay, before. Like, not even before, but, like, whatever. We're not here for that. I hope this story time isn't all over the place, y'all. I'm sorry if it is, but whatever. Okay, so he kept trying to get me to come over to his house. And I knew he was trying to get me to come to his house because, I don't know, he wanted to be nasty. I don't know what it was, but most of the people that I knew back then, like, they were out having sex. And they were getting it in. I was not thinking about sex in the 8th grade. But he kept trying to get me to come over. I already knew my mom wasn't gonna go for that because my mom didn't even want me to have a boyfriend. She didn't even know I had a boyfriend. Like, I wasn't supposed to be dating. So I'm like, I don't know. How can I get over there? Like, how can I get over there and see you after school? And I don't know, at that time, you can't peer pressure me, but it's like I wanted to give in and go over there because that was my man. I didn't want my man to find somebody else. So I hatched a little plan. I went home or whatever that day, and I was talking to my sister because most of the time when my mom would let me and my sister out, she really didn't care where we went. I mean, she cared where we went, but as long as it was like in the proximity, like me and my sister will go outside, we're all the way down the street, we're at the park, or we're like around the corner down the street. As long as we're in close proximity, and if she calls us and tells us to come home, we can come home, right? So I was like, I know when we go outside, she's not going to come looking for us. The house is clean. We don't got nothing to do. We can stay outside as long as we want. Not as long as we want until the street lights come on. So I told my sister my plan. I was like, Dad, I want to go over to so-and-so's house and I want you to come with me. I don't know what it was. I always felt more comfortable doing like little sneaky stuff. Only sometimes, because at one point my sister was a snitch. You were a snitch, girl. But I used to only feel comfortable doing stuff with my sister. So I always just bring her along just to calm my nerves, right? So she agrees, of course. She did everything I asked her to. She agreed. So I'm like, all right. I tell my mom, we're going to go on 9th Street. Because we lived like, what, on 7th Street or something. I'm like, Mom, we're going to go on 9th Street and we're going to go to my girlfriend's house or whatever. Mind y'all, I did know a girl who actually lived there because we rode the same bus. But we weren't friends. So I just said that or whatever. So me and my sister, we take her bike. Because I'm like, if we take your bike, it'll be faster. It was only one bike. We only have one bike. So forgive me, babe. I know she has to forgive me because she done some ish. But at one point while we were on our way there, because we were walking, we were running, but at one point I was riding the bicycle, her bicycle, by the way. I was riding it and she was running on the side of me, and I'm just like, okay, girl, run faster. So I'm so sorry, baby, but I was just like, run faster. But half of the time when I was riding, I would like let her get on the handlebars for a second. But if you know my sister, or if you just seen pictures of her, y'all can see my sister is skinny. I feel like I'm yelling. Am I yelling? I don't know. But if you see pictures or videos of my sister, like, you guys know she's skinny. So at that time, we were younger, so she was even smaller. So she's like, that hurts, it hurts, I don't want to stay here for too long. So I'd be like, okay, you can't stay up here. I'm still going. So I want to say it took us like 40 minutes to get there, maybe 35, I don't know. It was over, I know it was over 30 for sure. So we finally get there, whatever. He lived in this apartment building. He didn't live with his mom. His mom was in jail. So it was just him, his grandmother, and his, I think at the time, just his sister. Because he had a brother, but his brother didn't live with him. I think it was, at the time, it was just him and his sister and his grandma. So I guess, I don't know what, his grandma, he didn't care what he did or whatever. I don't know. Yes, she did. But she lets us in or whatever. So, you know, I'm being nice. I'm like, hey, I'm hugging my man. Because, hey, man, I'm here. So, we get there. We go in his room. Me, him, and my sister. And then his sister, you know, trickled in, too. So, we're all in there chit-chatting or whatever. He's like, all right, y'all can go out. Get out. So, he kicks him out, like, go to the living room or whatever. So, I guess he thought he was about to close the door or something. But his grandma's like, all right, they can get out, but keep that door open. So, I'm like, I'm cool. We can keep the door open. I didn't plan on doing none of that. I'm not on none of that. So we can keep the door open. I don't care about that. So we're just in there talking, chit-chatting or whatever. It was so weird for me because I've never seen him outside of school. So I'm like low-key nervous or whatever. He's sitting over there on his bed and he had like a chair against the wall when you first walk in the door. So I'm like sitting on the edge of that just talking to him because I'm like scared. He's like, come sit on the bed. First of all, like even getting older, why is that y'all go to like, come to, like, I don't know. So he's like, come sit on the bed or whatever. I'm like, I don't want to sit on the bed. I don't want to sit on the bed. He's like, come sit on the bed. I'm like, I don't want to. He's like, I don't want to. I'm just playing. But I go over there and I sit like next to him on the bed or whatever. We're not laying down or anything. We're like literally sitting up. He tried to like, y'all know when guys like put their arm around you and they try to like move your body with theirs. So he tried to like do that or whatever to me or whatever. But I wasn't going for that. No. So we're just talking whatever. Of course he's trying to rub my little fat old butt and I'm sorry, but we're just talking. He's trying to rub on me and stuff like that. It's chill. Now I'm watching the time. I'm texting my mom to like not nothing crazy, but like just checking in, like, you know. So I checked in or whatever. I'm looking at the time. At this time, I want to say maybe it's like around 5, 6. Like, it's like close to the time where it's probably about to start getting dark, but it's not dark yet. So I'm like, we about to have to go or whatever because we got a long way to walk back or whatever. And he's like, oh no, just stay a little longer. We can watch a movie. I'm like, I don't got time to watch a movie. I don't have time. So he's like, all right, well, let's just stay a little longer. So I stayed for like another 20 minutes. But then like I'm noticing like it's getting blue outside. It looks like it's about to rain. It's about to get darker. Like we gotta go. So I'm like, all right, well, we about to go or whatever. I go out. I get my sister. She had fun. She just played with the sister and talked to the grandma and stuff like that. It was cool. They were, him and my sister, they're around the same age. But my sister was like a little older, I believe. So all right, me and my sister, we get outside, we start walking. I'm like, all right, we gotta hurry up. So we start riding the bike. I'm like, here, get on the handles. I start riding the bike with her on the handles. Her butt hurt. She gets off. All right, I'm not gonna walk the whole way. I mean, I'm not gonna ride the bike the whole way. And my little sister's, you know, barely keeping up. And you said you run track. But, sorry. I just be talking to my sister throughout the day. She's not physically here, but I know she's spiritually here, and I know she's listening to everything I do. I know she's watching me, talking ish or what, but yeah. So anyway, so I'm not gonna ride the bike the whole time, and my sister is having to walk and she can barely keep up with me. So I get off the bike, we're walking the bike. I'm like, all right, come on. Why do I start feeling something wet on my shoulder? Why is there something wet on my shoulder? Y'all, it starts sprinkling. I'm like, no. So it starts sprinkling or whatever. I'm like, all right, we gotta go home. Like, we can't get caught in the rain just because I don't want to. And I feel like if it's raining, mommy's gonna be like, all right, get back to the house right now, you know? So we gotta get to the home. We're still going. It's getting dark. It's getting dark. At this point, it starts full-blown raining. Like, it's not sprinkling, it's raining. I'm like, oh my gosh, and it's dark. So I'm like, come on. At one point I even gave my sister the bike and I started running on the side of her, like, here, ride, I'm gonna run, let's switch. All right, here, get back on top, let's get the freak home. So my mom's starting to text me. She's like, all right, it's about time y'all start getting to the house. Y'all start getting in the house. I'm like, all right, we're on our way right now. Mind y'all, we still like 25 minutes away, 20-some minutes away. I'm like, babe, come on, we gotta go faster. Like, because my mom is not gonna play with us. I don't know why I tried it. So I'm like, come on, we gotta go faster. So we start running a little bit. Mind you, we're both running, and I'm just like running with the bike. I know my sister can do it, so I'm just like running with the bike. She's running inside of me. Let's go, let's go. I'm so scared, and I know this is not safe. Do not ever do this. Like I said, do as I say, don't do as I do. But we're at the corner, and I see a car. I'm like, are you guys going to the northeast or whatever? Can you guys give us a ride? Of course, they say no. We're two little girls with a bike in the rain. They say, no, we're not going that way. I'm like, mind you, I shouldn't have did that anyway. We could have got kidnapped. So my mom's texting me. She's like, what's going on? Where y'all at? I'm like, oh, they had left her purse. I mean, she lost her purse, and we're looking for it. Now, the truth was, my sister really did leave her purse at his house. But mind you, me and him, we go to school together. So I'm just like, bring it tomorrow. It's okay. Just bring it tomorrow. We got to go. Because he texted me. He texted me when I was on my way back home. Like, oh, y'all left her purse. I'm like, we can't turn around, bro. Just bring it tomorrow. So I told my mom, like, I'm trying to give her an excuse so we can have some more time. I'm like, oh, we're looking for a purse. Give us a second. She's like, So we're going. Now we're finally at like the halfway point. Like I'm at the point where, okay, I know where I'm at. I know it's further, but it's not too much further. So my sister, she's tired. I'm tired. My mom's texting me, blowing me up, probably cussing me out. I don't know. I'm panicking because at this point it's raining, it's dark. I'm panicking. So we finally get to like that point. Oh, mind y'all, my phone was about to die. So I'm also panicking about that. Mind y'all, I didn't know where we were. I didn't know where we were going. So I was using my GPS the entire time, and my phone's about to die. I used my GPS there and my GPS back. So we finally get up to like the school. If you guys are from Canton, you guys know what I'm talking about. So Clarendon is like right on the corner of kind of where I used to live. I used to live like off of an alleyway. So Clarendon, the school is right there. That was my sister's school. In the middle, there's a corner store, and then 2 alleys down is my alley. Okay, so we get on that street. I'm like, okay, we're about to be there. We're about to be there. And I think my phone had already died. Did it? I can't remember. Okay, so we're walking down the street or whatever, and it's dark. So we see like a figure right there. I love scary movies. I'm a scary person though. I will watch a horror thriller down any day, but I am a scary person. I do not fight. I flight. I panic and I go. So we're seeing this little figure down there, and I'm like, what is that? Who is that? And then I also see like a smaller figure next to the big figure. We get to walking closer, and mind you, they're in front of the corner store, 9th Street. We get closer. It's my mama and my little brother. I said, I know she pissed. She just had to walk out the house with my little brother. Mind y'all, she's on 9th Street, also where I told her we would be. So we come from all the way down there past 9th Street. So we get up there. I'm like, Mom, mind y'all, I see her and my brother. When I finally get close enough, I see a back scratcher, a wooden back scratcher in her hand. Now, if y'all remember my last story, I told y'all my mom got me with extension cord. I don't know if these are charges, but I'm just playing. But she got me with extension cord last time, so clearly she liked weapons. But mind y'all, also, the story time I told before, that happened after this. And I mentioned my sister too, and my sister got whooped for me again. I love you, baby. You was a ride or die. Miss Baby, she was a ride or die. Like, come on. Oh, I miss you so much, babe. I see the stench cord in her hand. She was like, where y'all coming from? Where y'all coming from? And I'm like, Mom, we couldn't find your purse. I'm just, because I know I'm like low-key caught up. She's like, where y'all coming from? But she's saying it with more bass. Like, she's like, where the y'all coming from? So I'm scared. She's like, take me back to where y'all was. Take you where? To where we who? Take me back to where y'all was. Where we was 40 minutes away. So she's like, take me back to where y'all was. I'm not playing. I'm not playing. She wasn't playing. So we walked back down the street. We walked to the alleyway. She go gets her car. She was serious. Take me back to where y'all was. I get to texting my boo. Because, like, there's nothing I could do. It's like, I could lie and take her down the street. But, mind you, I know the girl. She's seen me before. She knows me or whatever. She knows my face. But we're not friends. We don't talk. We don't chit-chat. It wouldn't make sense. She'd be looking at me like, who the fuck are you? I said his name. I said his name. I get the text and clown like, my mom, blah, blah, blah. We're about to be back on our way there. She's mad. Like, I don't know. She's mad. So we start driving there. My mom, she's cussing us out. I'm sure she's saying everything out of the book or whatever. But then I feel like she was also silent a little bit. I can't fully remember. I know she was like starting off. Y'all know when we got in the car, like she was just saying stuff. But I feel like majority of the car ride, she was silent. So we pull up back to his building, and his grandma and him, they're all downstairs, and his little sister. So we go, we get my sister's purse, because mama, oh, that's what she also said. She was like, oh, where her purse at? Y'all didn't find her purse? Because she was mentioning that too, because I made up the lie about the purse. Well, it wasn't a lie. She really did leave it. But it wasn't lost. So she's like, oh, yeah, in the purse. So she's bringing that up too. So they have her purse in their hand. They hand my sister her purse or whatever. My mom, she's mad. She's like, I'm so sorry about this for coming back over here. But she knows better, talking about me. She knows better. She knows she's not supposed to be over here, blah, blah, blah. And the grandma, she was so sweet. Love her down. Because she tried to save me. She really did try to save me. She's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't know nothing about that. But I just want you to know they stayed with me the whole time in the living room. Nothing happened. Da, 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 da. And my mom was like, yeah, I thank you. I appreciate that. But she shouldn't have a boyfriend anyway. And she knows that. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry, baby. I'm so sorry, baby. And I'm like, thank you so much for trying to lie for me. Because she know darn well we was not out there with her. But it was OV. Once she seen that little boy, it was OV. So we get back in the car. I think she'll probably hit me or something. I don't know. We're on our way back to the house. She's cussing us out. First thing she said, of course, hand me those phones. Bring me them phones. She loved taking our phones. I remember this one time, me and her got into an argument because she was like, you want your own phone? Get one. That I didn't buy or whatever. So my dad brought me a phone. And she tried to take the phone that my dad brought me. I was like, you didn't buy this. You didn't buy this. But she didn't care. She took it. So I get home. She takes the phones or whatever. She's like, come here, Bear. So she takes my sister. She got the back scratch, of course. She swapped my sister a few times, hit her. She always hits my sister too because, like, you're with her. You know she wasn't supposed to be doing that. You get in it too. So she hit my sister a few times, sent her off the bed. Okay. She's like, come here. Let me talk to you, baby. So at first, y'all know when parents got the weapon in their hand and they talking and they want to start off by talking before they just start beating you like crazy. So she's sitting there talking. She's like, yeah. And I need a description. I don't know. I don't have one. I'm going to use one of my sister's bottles. She's like, yeah. Say this is a thingy. But it was like it was longer. She's like, yeah. And you was going to play with me like that? You think I'm something to play with like that? She's just going off on me, right? She's just going off on me. All of a sudden, but she's just going off. So, this one's good. Should I take this video? It's only like a drizzle left. I'll let you have it. She starts hitting me or whatever. I'm crying or whatever. She's like, you're grounded. My mom loved grounding us, but she low-key didn't really stand on business too much. Only sometimes. I can say one time she stood on business. Was it this time? I don't know. But she did that or whatever with me, whatever, yelled at me, took my phone, go to bed. At this time, I always had like a backup something. Even before this time, I always had like a backup phone, backup tablet. Like I just always had something backup. So I don't know how she took my stuff, but I was still able to communicate. I think I went to school, told one of my friends, and one of them brought me like another phone or something. Or was it him who brought me a phone? Well, they didn't actually buy a new one, but you know, they gave me like one of their old ones. So I was still able to be in contact with him. And around this time, Valentine's Day was coming up. So my man got me something. Y'all know my man got me something. Nah, I'm just playing. I mean, he did give me something. But yeah. So I go to school, wherever, he comes up and he gives me like this little cute baggie with this little balloon. And I'm just so happy because this is like my really first time ever getting a Valentine's Day gift. I mean, at least from a man. Growing up, my mom always gave us chocolates and stuff for Valentine's Day. She stopped the tradition like when we got to teenagers, but she still did it at one point. So I had never really gotten a gift from a guy or anything like that. So I was just so happy, even though I'm pretty sure everything came from the Dollar Tree. And I think one of my, I don't know if they're my friend or enemy, but one of them was like, oh, that's all probably from the dollar store anyway, Dollar Tree. I'm like, okay, but it's a lot of stuff. He still wouldn't spend his money on me. What do you have? Herpes? I'm just playing. But yeah, so I'm all happy and stuff. I'm carrying my bag around everywhere. Lunch, classroom, science, math. I'm carrying it around everywhere. So it's time to go home. And I was ready. I was about to rub it in my mom's face because like, okay, yeah, you grounded me, you took my phone, but you can't be mad because he brought me a gift. So I was like, yeah, look. I walked in there, I was like, yeah, mama, look. I was like, yeah, I got a gift. What'd you get? What'd you get? Jesus, fix it. But yeah, so I went in there, showing my mom, showing my sister. My mom, she kind of like had like a stank face on her face, like, okay. My mom always give hater though. Love you though. But yeah. So I think that was like really it of it. She still had my phone. My sister got in trouble. I'm pretty sure my sister was grounded too. I can't remember if she like, I don't know if she took out our outside privilege list. Privilege list. I believe so. I believe I was grounded for a few months and I wasn't really allowed off the porch out the neighborhood. But hey. Fair game. I'm sorry, Bear. I'm sorry, Bear, for all the whoopings you endured because of me. I pray you rest up, baby. But that's all I have for this story time, and I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I'm sorry if it was all over the place. I really wanted to put out another story time. I recorded a story time last week, but I never posted it because I didn't like the lighting. Everything was just off in the video, so I was just like, no. But I hope you guys really enjoy that story time, and let's say bye.